So we're extremely close to being able to test this buggy now, but there's still a few little things left to do. So if you're wondering what this is all about, I've decided to build a buggy entirely out of parts sent to me by you, the viewers, because someone sent me this buggy without an engine in it and without any servos, because they didn't want it anymore. And then someone else sent me the engine because they took it apart and couldn't get it to go back together. So I got the engine back together and got it running, and I decided to build it up and give it to a friend of mine who wants a Nitro buggy but has never had one before and wants to get into Nitro buggies. So this is the build. I suppose it's turned into a little series really. And one of those things is to find a suitable horn. It doesn't have to be a horny horn, but it helps if it is. But any horn will do, apart from that one. That ain't going to be a lot good. It's for the steering. That one might be a little bit too long actually. I have to try and find... that one might do the trick. That'll do the trick for now. We can always upgrade it later on. Go on there. Oh no, don't tell me it's the wrong size. That's the wrong size. Alright. We need a different size. That one's too small. Oh, what have we got here? Oh, we've got a metal one here. Got a metal one here. Look, that's a metal one. I wonder. That one's probably going to be the right size. Yep. There we go. So we've got a metal horn on there. So we upgraded it before we even got to test it with the downgrade. So now we've got an upgraded horn. Probably is a horny horn. Who knows? We need a screw to be able to screw into it. So let's face you a little bit further down there so you can actually see what's going on. So and what we need to do as well is we need to take that nut off of there, oops, without losing it. The thing is, I don't know where the... Really, we're going to have to put the radio gear in so that I can centre that, unless we... Right, let's get... This battery pack's available. Let's put a battery on this, and then we can stick the... where are we? What battery are we? What side battery are we? That one. Stick that in there. Like that. Where's the steering servo? Is it that one? No, it's not. It's that one. Right, let's put that one on there. Negative that side. I haven't even got to use the switch, have I? What a dick. Let's get rid of that. Ignore me, I'm all over the place. Bit hungry. Right, so now we can centre this servo. We know it works. We should be able to centre it. Right, that should be centred now. So if we put that there like that, in the middle, so that it's facing upwards, the best I can get it to go, like that. It's facing upwards quite well. Now I've just got to find a screw in my little drawer of screws. It's going to need to be a fine threaded screw. We might be able to jam a coarse thread in there. I don't want to damage the servo too much, so really a fine thread would be perfect. Oh, there's an Allen bolt there, that might work. Is that the right one for that? No, but it's too big. That's better. Now this might work, it might not, it might be too long. It's going in. It's going in. Is it going to bottom out though before it does anything? No, it's gone in. There it goes. There we go. So that's holding that in place. So now we know where the servo is, we can disconnect all of that. Put the servo tester back on the shelf. Now, where's that nut? Oh no. Oh, it's here. Thought I lost the nut then. Let's get the steering, put that there like that. That needs to go there. We might have to adjust that a little bit. Let's turn that out a little bit, because really what you want is you want your horn to be facing up, but you also want the horn and you want this part to be parallel with each other. You don't want the horn to be crooked and that to be straight. You don't want that to be crooked and the horn. You want these to be parallel in an ideal world. So I've done that. Put the nut back on the end of there. Get the screwdriver. Now we've got steering. We've got throttle. That's linked up. Good. Let's connect the steering. The servo tester again out. Let's connect the servo tester again. Oh, that's the throttle I've just done. Oh dear, that throttle's not particularly good, is it? I don't know if that throttle servo is going to be any good, you know. Anyway, let's do the steering. Right. Happy days. We've got good steering in both directions. Nice. I like that. Perfect. Right, let's put that battery up there, put that there. Got to go and get a spanner just quickly to do that nut up, otherwise I'll forget to do it up. And then what we're going to do is put the receiver in, and that is it then. We can take it for a test. So I'm just making some of the batteries out of this transmitter for the EV4 HPI batteries. So they should be alright still. With any luck. Bloody things. Alright, let's put... We'll go through the switch this time. This battery's not going to fit in this tray, but we'll go through the switch this time so we know everything's alright. So it says it will be normally negative in that direction. Right, switch on. Nothing. Not a dicky bird. What's it? Why not? Why have we not got a dicky bird? Oh, there we go. Now we're on. Right, let's put these back in again. What's that one? I think that one's a throttle. Right, we've got to adjust that. That's obviously not working. Either the throttle servo itself, isn't working, or it just needs to be centered. So let's unscrew this, and then we should be able to, with any luck, get this to... Seems to be working alright. There's no way of knowing where the centre of the trim is though with it. I mean, how the hell are you supposed to know where the centre of the trim is? You don't, do you? So we'll set it like that. So that should be neutral. That's full throttle. And it goes back to tick over. And that's brake. Happy days. Do that up. So now we've got full throttle. You can't see. Full throttle. Goes to brakes, and we've got really good brakes as well. And the throttle does go back to tick over, although it is a little bit slow, but it does get there. We've got steering. Couldn't be happy with that. Could not be happier. What's the fail-safe set to? Power off. Right. So the fail-safe set to a little bit of brakes. We'll leave that like that. That's going to be absolutely fine. Not going to moan about that at all. Perfect. Right. Let's button it all up so it looks neat and tidy, and then that'll be that. Right, so it turns out that the battery pack that I've got there does actually fit in there. I'm not going to give this away, this battery pack. It's my battery pack, I need it. But it's good for testing, and what I'll do is I will buy another hump pack to put in here to give to my mate when I give it to him. Let's have a look. What will we need? We need some little R clips just to keep that radio tray down. If that one will do the trick. That one goes in there, look. And one of these little ones here. There we go. A couple of little R clips just keeps the radio tray down. Switch works. Everything is perfect. Right, we're going to fire up in a little while. Right, let's see. So we're all ready now. We've got the engine bolted in, everything's set up, receiver is on, transmitter's on, throttle's all working, everything's working fine as it should be working. So what have we got here? All I've got is a little bit of 25% left. I've got some 30 and some 16%, but 25 is what I've got in here. So let's put a bit in this tank. And let's prime it. Oh yeah, that definitely primed. That went straight in there. Let's get a glow starter. And we'll see. She should. We've had this engine running, but we've only had it running on the bench. I didn't have it running with any clutch or flywheel or anything like that. So we'll see what this engine is going to sound like. Gonna need the other glow starter. Let's see what this engine's gonna be like when it's actually in a buggy. I haven't warmed it up, and I think I might need to get the old engine heater on it, perhaps. Might need to get the engine heater on, I don't know yet. Need to hold it down. Right, let me get out the let me get the heat gun out, give it a bit of a heat up, and then we'll see if we can get it far up then. Sometimes engines can be a little bit stubborn, especially if they've not been run for a while. And also, this one's been in bits, isn't it? It was in bits, don't know how long it was in bits for. I put it together, started it up briefly, very briefly. So, let's warm it up. Right, now we're warm. Let's see if she'll fire. Everything's so hot, can't touch it. Certainly can't be arguing with that. That runs like an absolute dream. Now the only reason you might have noticed that the rear wheels there and the front, when I revved it and let off, they were stopping straight away. That's just because these linkages are a bit tight on the brakes. What I've got to do is slack the brakes off a little bit and it won't be like that. It will roll freely. A little bit of adjustment to do on the brakes, a little bit of adjustment to do on the steering because we're ever so slightly cock-handed there. We can soon sort that out, maybe with a trim, or maybe I'll adjust that a little bit. What we've got here, steering trim, look. Steering trim. I'm going to go the other way. Yeah, I'll sort that out, that needs to be adjusted. But that runs like a dream. So that's it. All I need to do is put an air filter on it, but I've got some up here that I'll pick a good one, or one that works enough. Put that on. And that's it. It's ready for a test drive. Once I know that all the diffs and everything are okay, I might splash out. I've already splashed out a little bit because I bought the engine mounts, and I went to the breaker's yard and I got the clutch bell and the bearings from the breaker's yard. I might splash out and buy some oil to put in them shocks, but we'll see. It'd be perfectly fine like that, especially for someone who, you know, has never driven a Nitro buggy before. He would be driving this around. I put these wheels on it, these nice tyres, so we get plenty of grip when he's out and about in the park. So yeah, we'll go and give this a test in the next one, in the car park, and we'll see what it's like. And if it drives alright, because I don't want to give him something that's going to break, or is already broken, because it'll get the ump and it'll put him off of it. So I want to give him a buggy that's working perfectly when I give it to him. And he's got the best chance of keeping an interest in it then, isn't he? Not getting fed up with it and keep breaking. So there we go. What is this again? It's an Ansman. What is this? It's an Ansman virus, I think, or something like that. So there we go. Built up from parts almost from all of you viewers. Almost. As I said, I bought two things for it. That's the engine mounts and the clutch bell. Everything else built entirely from parts sent in from you, the whole buggy and engine. And I'm going to give it to a friend of mine who wants to get into Nitro RC. So there we go. Completely finished apart from the air filter. I might need to get him a new shell, but I think we'll make do with that one for now because he's probably going to be crashing it. But that's it, everything done. Next video on this will be giving it a test drive. Apart from the suspension, we'll already talk about that later on, that needs oil in it. The next video will be giving this a test drive just to make sure everything's driving fine. So yeah, stick around for that. Remember, treat each other equally, love life, and we'll all have a nice happy life. Cheerio you lot.